So good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Cynthia's private Zoom. She's already told you how excited she is about something that is probably the most profound thing that many of us have heard in medicine. And you know, Cynthia being a nurse practitioner, she's heard a lot. She's been exposed to a whole lot of things. But what you're going to be exposed to this evening is probably going to blow you away because it's something that I almost guarantee you never heard of before. And it has to do with stem cell technology. Let me kind of educate you a little bit about the stem cell technology arena. Many people, when they think of stem cell technology, they think of somebody going and getting an injection where they take a needle and they stick it into your knee or somewhere where you got pain or some kind of dysfunction in your body. And the reason they do that is because your doctor has no more resources to help you. They say, you've heard the doctor say, there's nothing else we can do, that kind of thing. But there is something else you can do. And many of them rely on stem cell injections because they don't know anything else. But see, what we're going to share with you today is that other thing that they don't know about and they're learning about now. But let me just kind of let you know where let me stop your video if you don't mind, Cynthia. Let me stop her video.
Oh,
I got
okay.
it.
Okay.
So let me kind of let you know why I'm involved in this, and it's because a friend of ours invited us to a call just like the one you're on, and he wanted us to, after we heard these powerful testimonies, he wanted us to try some of these patches. We were literally on our way to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where my husband is from, and he wanted us to try them so that we could see if anything happened to us. And so what happened was the fact that we didn't even think that we could benefit from them because we thought we were healthy people. You know, some people like that, they feel like nothing's wrong with me. Well, we were really, really surprised. So what happened was we get to Milwaukee and my mother-in-law, who was at the time 92 years old, looked like she was about to cry. I had never, ever seen her in any kind of pain out of all these years. At this time, she was in so much pain. She said, you know, she just literally looked like she was going to cry. So it was her knee. She had tried all kind of pain medication the doctor gave her, all kind of ointments, everything. And so we looked at each other. We said, why don't we just put this patch on her? And so we put the patch on her and she went to sleep that night. And next morning she wakes up and says the pain was gone. She did not get up all night like she normally did. By the way, let me tell you this patch, see how tiny, it's thin like a Band-Aid. It is thin and it's the size of a quarter. So it's very, very tiny and there's nothing in the patch. But either way, we decided, okay, why don't we try the patch? Just see what happens. That night, me and my husband tried the patch. And to our surprise, my husband, who used to snore, and he had this sleeping disorder where he would snore real, real loud and choking cough all night long. He had acid reflux. I mean, it was just terrible. This went on for 10 years. My husband stopped snoring. And then we did it, but see, we didn't attribute to the patch because we didn't think, I mean, you know, we thought pain and stuff like this. I thought it was just a lucky night. The next night, the same thing happened. You guys, that's been 2.5 years. I want you to hear what I just told you, something that you wouldn't even think would happen, right? That's why we got started, because when we saw all the other things that you're going to be hearing about tonight happening to people, we knew that there was no way we could keep this a secret. We knew that everybody needed this patch. That's how we got started, and that's why I'm here. So now I'm going to get into the presentation so you get a more of an educated explanation about this. So we're talking about using light to heal, harnessing light to heal your body. We're talking about a product that's way ahead of its time. And so what's going to happen by the time we end this call, you're going to be saying, hey, I want to try some of those patches. You know, how can I get some? Okay, because what happens when you put this patch on, the copper peptides in your body are elevated as soon as you put the patch on. The copper peptides are elevated, and then the dormant stem cells that are in your body are going to be reactivated. That's something that scientists says no one could ever come up with a way to reactivate the dormant stem cells. But the person who did this, I'm going to introduce you to in a moment, is a genius, and he was the only one that was able to do it. So you're going to be wanting to just find out, how can I get some of these patches? But why? why are we talking about this patch? Is called the X39. It took 39 attempts to get it right, even though the man has over 200 patents. But why do we need the X39? You see, as we age, by the time we get to be 30, half of the stem cells in our body go dormant. That means they're not working anymore. By the time we're 60, 90% go dormant, and we really can't get well now because we have nothing to help us, because guess what? Stem cells make up the tissues and organs in our bodies that allow our bodies to heal themselves. Our bodies are designed to heal themselves, but if we don't have the mechanism in our body, which are the stem cells, if they're dormant or gone, there's nothing to help us heal ourselves. That's why we have to rely on medication and things like that. So the less stem cells the less active stem cells that we have, the slower we're going to heal and the more we're going to feel the effects of aging. And millions of people are experiencing the effects of aging, you guys. But right now, I want to make a disclaimer, because I don't want you to think we're saying that this product is going to heal you or diagnose or cure or treat. It's not any of that. All it's doing is rebooting your body so that it can heal itself. Okay, so this is a form of phototherapy, you guys. Phototherapy is like this. Think about when you go out into the sun, what happens? Your vitamin D is elevated, right? The doctor said, go get you some sunlight so you can raise your vitamin D. This is a form of phototherapy as well, except we're not using the light of the sun. We already have, heat and light in our body, and that is what we're using as the mechanism to reflect. See these, you can't even see these crystals in here, tiny crystals in this patch. Excuse me. There are tiny crystals in this patch that reflect off the light of your body, reflects off these crystals. And when it reflects off the crystals, it elevates the copper peptides. And then when that happens, that phenomenon that we keep talking about, those dormant stem cells turn on. They are reactivated, you guys. That is a miracle. This is non-transdermal. Nothing is going into your body. Remember, it reflects off the light of your body to activate, and there's no drugs or chemicals in it. Non-invasive. You don't have to worry about it penetrating into the body and interfering with any drugs or medicines that the doctor may be giving you. But people say, well, what do you mean there's nothing in it? Well, it's nothing but these crystals made out of amino acids and sugars, salts and sugars. That's all it is. You can't even see it. They're formulated in an FDA registered lab. Okay. And the reason so many athletes and other doctors like this is because it does not it's no drugs and chemicals in it. So it's no competition, nothing but to compete with anything. But here's the gentleman I referred to a moment ago. His name is David Schmidt. He is the CEO of our company, you guys, and he is the inventor of this patch. He poured his whole life into making this patch. Because see, when he discovered that age reversing was what was causing all these illnesses, and so many billions of dollars were put into stem cell research, he decided that he was going to start it himself. Okay, in 2008, he started focusing his attention on stem cell research, and it took him 10 years and $4.5 million to bring this to market. Over 80 case studies. And the reason they do case studies is so they can prove that what we're talking about works. And so because of those case studies, we were able to patent this. This is let me read directly from the patent. It's a wearable phototherapy apparatus that produces beneficial effects to the human body, such as activation of stem cells, improvement in strength, improvement in stamina, pain relief via a non-transdermal container. So the non-transdermal apparatus reflects or emits specific wavelengths of light to elevate levels of the copper peptide GHKCU in the body. This is patented again, and here is the patent. You can look for it. Okay, this screams opportunity, because for the next 15 years, no other company can duplicate this. No other company can market it. Okay. Now, there's many, many benefits. I'm just going to talk about a few of them real quick. You're going to get increased strength, reduced inflammation, energy and vitality, increased stamina, mental clarity, restored muscle and skeletal conditions. I just wanted to share this with you because a lady just told me this the other day. Her neighbor, he wore a cane. He used to use a cane all the time. And he came over to her house and he was standing up straight and he did not have his cane. She said, Dr. Smith, his name was Dr. Smith, lived next door. And she said, did you realize that you're standing straight up? He says, no, I didn't. He looked in the mirror. He said, oh, I am standing up straight. But see, your skeletal system is in your muscular system are going to be restored, you guys. That is amazing. Have you noticed as people get older, they start slumping over and they seem like they're getting shorter? That's because their skeletal system is depleting. Improving of sleep. I just shared with you what happened to me and my husband. By the way, when he stopped snoring, I was able to sleep, okay? And I'm talking about a REM sleep, a deep sleep. Sleep is so important, okay, for healing your body. Improve skin appearance. And I'm going to share with you a few pictures in a moment of what I mean about the improvement of skin appearance amongst individuals. So now, I want to share this with you. This is important. You're looking at something called a topography map or a brain scan. And in the first session, this lady who was 77 years old comes in there. They put the X39 on the back of her neck. And when they did that, they looked at her brain and it was inflammation in her brain. This red area here represents inflammation. This separation right here of the brain, left and right side of the brain, there was no brain coherence. In session 2, all the inflammation went away and there was no more it was improved brain coherence, but no more inflammation. This is 3 weeks later. 6 weeks total, all of the inflammation was gone, total brain coherence, you guys. This lady walked in here hyperactive. Her brain calmed down dramatically. I mean, she could have had PTSD. She could have had ADHD. I don't know what it was, but they said her brain calmed down. Excuse me. This could be your brain or it could be my brain. So remember this right here, what I'm sharing with you right now. In 6 weeks, all of this happened, right? Because when I get to this page where it talks about the results that happened when they did those case studies, it shows that in the first few days, over 4,000 genes begin reset. You may not feel it being reset, but 4,000 genes begin to reset just in a few days. Within 6 weeks, just like it happened to the lady on the previous page, in 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. If someone has PTSD, if someone is autistic, if have dementia or Alzheimer's or PTSD or depression, any of those are reflection that their brain is unbalanced. And within 6 weeks, it can be balanced. Now, we know people whose brains were balanced in a matter of days. And there's a lady that you're going to hear from in a moment, but her name is Gwen, but she gave these patches to her friend who had a little girl that's autistic, 3 years old. The little girl wouldn't sit down. She would just walk around in circles all day long. See, autism is a form of meaning the brain is unbalanced. She put the patch on her daughter's neck. She went to school that day, and for the first time, she sat down. The teacher took a picture because she couldn't believe the girl sat down. Not only that, the little girl had to wear a diaper all the time because she would not go to the potty. This time she went to the potty. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about changing lives. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. So whether you got wrinkles or whether your hair is bald or whatever, the collagen is what's holding your body together. It's making you look younger. If you think about a house made out of brick, the mortar that holds the brick together, that's your collagen. The collagen is holding your bones and your skin and your tissues. And that's why you see older people that their skin starts getting wrinkled because the collagen is going away. Within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. How would you like to know that for every 6 months that you wear this patch, your heart reverses by 8 years? So let's say if you wore this patch a year, you could expect to be 16 months younger after just a year, 16 years rather, 16 years. The reason I can tell you this, there's a lady that lives near me. She'd been wearing the patch 2.5 years. And they gave her something called a vascular age test, is what it's called. And when they gave her this test, they came back and said, something must be wrong with the machine because it's saying you 35 years old. This lady was 77 or something like this, 73, maybe, I can't remember. All I know is if she'd been wearing the patch for 2.5 years, that is 5 increments of 8. Remember, 8 years for every 6. So it's five increments of 8 in that 2.5 years. That's 8 times 5 increments, that's 40 years. Take 40 from 77, what do you get? 37. They said the lady was 35 years old. That's exactly what we mean when we say your heart is reversing in age. We got plenty of examples of people's heart that had pacemakers and stuff, no longer wearing pacemaker. I mean, can't say can't wear it because they didn't take the pacemaker out of the person's body, but I do know someone who within 6 weeks, the heart was no longer relying on the pacemaker at all. The doctors couldn't believe it. So we got so many testimonies of things happening with people with their heart. You guys, this is an amazing product. So I don't want you to take anything lightly. I know it sounds crazy what I'm saying, because it felt that way to me when I heard it the first time, but it's true. So you're going to hear some testimonies in a moment so you see what I'm talking about. Here's how you're going to wear the patch. You're going to put this patch on anywhere in your body. You're going to wear it for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. If you put it on at 8 in the morning, you can take it off at 8 at night. And then give your body a chance to repair and rejuvenate. And then you're just going to throw the patch away. Why? Because you're going to get 30. You're going to get 30 patches inside this envelope. You're going to get 30 of them. It's a beautiful packaging here. And you're going to get 30 of them. So just throw them away and use a new one the next day. Here's what you have to do though. You must drink plenty of water because your body is going to start detoxing and pushing those toxins out, trying to correct whatever's going on in your body. It's going to send a signal to your brain. In order to get this signal, the frequency right, your body's got to be cleaned out. And that's what you're going to experience. So listen, what I want to do right now, because this is the fun part. I've told you some technical stuff that, just to kind of help you understand how the patch works and all that and how it came about. But I want you to hear from someone who has some real life testimonies that has changed her life and people around her. And she's all the way from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and she has an incredible story. Let me see if I can make Miss Gwen Millsap. I'm going to make you the host, Gwen, so that you can come on and share your video and unmute yourself. There you go.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you, Verdita. Appreciate this. Guys, I am so excited about what Verdita is talking about, this patch. It has literally changed my family's life. That's exactly why I got started in this business. I was introduced to it in a group setting at our church. And a lady had came and she was patching everybody, and the day before she put patches on, and Friday and Saturday you would see the results. Well, I was working that day and I didn't get to sit in on much of the presentation or anything that was going on, but what I did do at the end, I gave the lady at the table, Jacqueline, my testimony about my back, what was going on. I had sciatic nerve damage for 48 years. My last child left me with severe pain in the lower back, and I could not sit for long. I worked at a bank, so I sit for 8 hours or up and down, up and down. When I'd go to bed at night, I couldn't sleep. I had to toss from side to side, lay on my back a while, have a heating pad. I went through this pain literally for years, and I masked it with ibuprofen. That's the worst thing in the world you could take, but I didn't know it at the time. But when they put this patch on me, literally in 5 minutes, I was squatting, bending, moving, lifting. I'm 74 years old, and this patch did wonders for my back. The pain left me. I was literally reaching for the pain. When I tell you that I ate ibuprofen, but this day it relieved me. I couldn't believe it. And over the years of taking ibuprofen, it damaged my kidneys. I didn't know at the time that my kidneys had went down to 29% functioning. So here I am going on about life. And when I got a new doctor, and she did the yearly routine, and she said my kidneys were functioning at 29%. After being on this patch for 10 months, I went back for one of my checkups, and Dr. Hamal told me, she said, Gwen, your kidneys have increased. Your kidneys are working at 55% function. And I hadn't done anything different but take this patch. But let me tell you, it made a world of difference. when I tell you I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand, I was in misery 48 years. It is so amazing to me how we just learn to live with pain, mask pain, do what we have to do with pain just to get by. But I was so excited when I came home. My daughter had got a sleeve of the patches that Verdita showed you. I came in and my husband, which he had neuropathy. My husband's a diabetic, diagnosed diabetic. He had neuropathy in his foot. And this was in December. He had not been anywhere but to the doctor and back from April to December. He couldn't drive. He couldn't put a shoe on. He couldn't do any of this. I drove him everywhere, and that basically was to the doctor and back home. His pain was so excruciating. He drugged that right foot and he was on a cane. And now the doctors tried to give him this, they gave him that, and did treatments, and none of it helped. So I went in the den and he saw me. He saw my whole face had changed because I was out of pain. And I said, babe, guess what? He said, well, what did y'all do at church today? And I started telling him about this patch. I said, Angie's got some, and she's coming and she's going to bring me one. So she came in. I asked him, could I put it on his back? I said, let's just try it. We don't have anything to lose. He goes, okay, we're going to try it. So I put the patch. Now I'm telling you, it was his right foot. I put the X39 patch right here on the back of his neck. And I said, I'll be back in about 15 minutes to check on you and see how you're doing. He said, okay. He was just sitting there. I came up, proceeded to do things up on the next level of the house. And about 18 minutes went by. And I cried out to him. I said, hey, babe, how's your patch working? Is it working? Is it doing anything? And he didn't answer. And I said, babe, by this time I'm getting closer. Because remember, I just had this patch for about an hour. I get into the den and my husband is gone. Can you imagine? I came back. I looked out my front room window here. His truck was gone. Now he hadn't driven since April. And about 20 minutes he comes back and I noticed when he got out the truck, he didn't have his cane. He was walking good. He came in the front door. I said, where did you go and what did the patch do? He said, I had to drive back. We have a pond out back. He said, I drove down to the pond. I had to get out and walk around and give God glory for being out of pain. He said, and guess what? The pain from my surgery, his L4 and L5, he had surgery in 2000. He said, all of that pain has left my body. You talking about walking straight. My husband put the cane down. He hasn't needed the cane. All his neuropathy is gone. There's no sign of it. He went to sleep that night. He did not snore. And my husband hasn't snored since. And what's so funny, we went to the doctor about 6 months ago. And the doctor said, Mr. Millsap, weren't you diagnosed with sleep apnea? Aren't you supposed to have a mask? And he said, there's no signs of it. My husband said, I don't have it anymore. Now that was amazing right there within itself. And God stopped that snoring for me. But the one thing he had was his A1C was running 9 and 10, 9 and 10. Now, when I tell you that this stuff happened instantly, his A1C did not. It took us about 12 months, 10 to 12 months. And he was going to the doctor back and forth, back and forth. And his endocrinologist nurse, she was checking his sugar every time we go. And she checked it this time, his A1C. She said, Mr. Millsap, your A1C is down to 6.4. So on top of all these other benefits, his A1C was reduced. In a year, we went for a yearly checkup. Our vision had increased. The doctor told us that we didn't have to have any new glasses because our vision was getting better. I went back and got the first pair of glasses that I had, and I could see better out of them than I could any pair. So while some things healed right away, was turned around for us, it takes time for other things. It just depends on your body. But just know this patch works. We have had testimony after testimony. And I tell everybody, I pray and I patch. And Verdita, I thank you for giving me this time to share with people. Okay, I'm going to turn around and make Verdita the co-host again. let me see. Okay. Let me mute.
I think I was able to reclaim host.
Okay, you got it. All right.
Yeah,
I
this
muted.
thing is
Yeah.
crazy. This thing is crazy. Listen, y'all, I know y'all enjoyed that testimony. Just don't go anywhere, Gwen. You still there? Yeah, can you unmute yourself, Gwen, or do I have to?
You
Yeah,
have
there
to
you go. I just
okay.
got one more question to ask you, Gwen.
Okay, I can hear, I can speak. Okay.
What package did you get right after all this happened?
I signed up for the premium package, guys. I got so excited. I wanted to share this with Lottie Dottie and everybody.
That's
So I
right.
signed up with the premium. And when in 4 days, I got a call from this lady right here, who is my mentor now. I had never heard of her, Perdita Monk. I went manager in 4 days. That's how excited I was with what didn't know anything. But
All right.
ignorance on fire, I was that.
Well, you're going to hear more about the packages and how you can get some of this technology yourself. And you're going to hear about what Gwen is talking about, manager. All of that is a whole nother segment. But I just wanted you to pay attention to the fact that, she said, yes, she was a one patch wonder. We call it a one patch wonder when you get, your transformation, maybe one thing happened to you that today or tomorrow or something. And some people it takes a week, some people it takes a month, just like with her husband. Everything else happened, but the A1C took a whole year. I know people that were taking 5 shots of insulin per day. And in the first day, they dropped down to like 1 shot. And within 3 days, they were on no insulin. Not that the doctor said come off the insulin, but you don't take insulin if you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? And this is everybody's body's different, just like Gwen said. So we can't explain it, y'all. We just are happy and blessed that this patch is helping us. So I'm gonna share one more testimony with you all. And it is on a recording. Let me see if I could. Wait a minute. I think there it is. Okay. Listen to this one because it's very, wait a minute to make sure I got this thing on. Here we go. Okay.
And the body really has taken a toll.
Let me
And
start it again.
I'll be turning 60 here in a couple of months. I know I don't look it, but be turning 60, and the body really has taken a toll. And I've just had my 18th surgery last December on my shoulder repair. I had 17 on my neck and my lower lumbar. The last back surgery I had last year was they put 2 rods in my back. So I've got a neural stimulator, wires running up to my neck. I look like the Terminator on the inside. So I was waking up. I was in pain every day, and I didn't for years, since 1998 actually. And then so didn't know what it felt like to be out of pain. And I tried everything. I've done everything from top hospitals, from John Hopkins to down in Orlando, Florida, and Tampa, Florida hospitals and doctors and then everything. And I tried about everything, acupuncture, you name it, and still experiencing pain. And because I've been in Iraq and the things that I did, dealt hard with PTSD. And so my sleep over the years have been very poor. And when I say poor, on an average of 2 to 3 hours a night. 4 hours was a good night, where it was either the pain or reoccurring nightmares. And this has gone on for over a decade. So a few weeks ago, a pastor told me about the patches. And when he mentioned it, Bishop Larry Jackson, when he mentioned it, I was like, okay, I'm ready. Just send it. And he told me about the stem cells. I've heard about that, read about that prior, and so he called Miss Gwen and got the patches to me about 2 weeks ago, and I put got an example of the X39, 49, and the Ocean Wave. I think that's what it is, Ocean Wave. So either way, I took a patch because I was really hurting that night and put it on my lumbar. And this is no joke. 30 seconds after putting that patch on, within 30 seconds, I was feeling no pain. I mean, I'm moving my hips around, twirl like I had a hula hoop on, just trying to make the pain happen, and there was no pain, and I couldn't believe it. And then, but it was true, and slept fine. So ever since these last 2 weeks, and I keep a record on my phone. I have an app for my sleep, and how many hours, what's my REM sleep, and so forth, how much restful sleep. Prior to these patches, my average time was between an hour and 50 minutes and 3 hours and 33 minutes of getting sleep per night. Since I've had the patches, I'm getting 7 and 8 hours a night. My PTSD, as far as the nightmares, I haven't had one nightmare in the last 2 weeks. So this patch is amazing. So amazing that my wife, who's an RN for 34 years, she's been dealing with nerve pain in her legs. She uses it and it's helped her tremendously. So that's my story, and I'm sticking with it because it's true.
Well, I know you're excited after hearing that testimony. I'm telling you, Daryl is, once again, a one patch wonder, you guys. And I want to really spend a couple minutes just to help you understand. Like I said, everybody's body is different. You just got to trust the science. It took 10 years to develop this, 39 versions of this technology, and it's very intelligent. And it's very sophisticated and it works, but you got to give it a chance. Okay. Just give it a chance. So let me get back to my presentation. And so because we stopped right here, we was talking about the testimonies. Look at this gentleman, has a condition called vitiligo. There is no cure for vitiligo. Just they have different creams and stuff you can do, but they don't work. Look at him now after 1 year of using the patch. Same gentleman. Look at this lady who had all this, wrinkles and sagging in her skin. And look, after 3 years of wearing it, just a patch, she looked 20 years younger, if you ask me. Here's a gentleman that has psoriasis. Look at his shoulder. You can see this little tattoo. So you can see this is the same person. This is the front, is our shoulder. This is his back. Look, it's clean. And I believe this, it doesn't written here, but I think this was about a month later after he started wearing the patch. And he tried everything for this psoriasis. I remember that testimony. So you can see it helps in so many ways. You guys, if you go to this page, this site right here called thisisit.info.com, and if you click on testimonies, you're going to see many, many kind of testimonies: neuropathy, joint improvement, strokes, energy, hair improvement. A lot of people are bald, their hair's coming back. My husband, it's funny because he's got a lot of gray in his hair, but the center of his hair is black. It's turning black, is reversing, making him younger. The heart, sleep, chemotherapy, so it goes on and on. But also on that site, you're going to hear doctors' testimonies at the bottom of the page. You're going to hear, you can read about the case studies or the patent, whatever you want. Many doctors like this site because of how thorough it is. But this is just an example for you to be blessed by other people's testimonies. So we spent quite a bit of time, you guys, talking about your health freedom. And I would say that after hearing these examples and the technology and how it works, that you can see how you can be free from almost anything you can imagine going on in your body, okay? But you know, just because we're healthy does not mean we're whole, you know, because we also need to be financially free. We need to be in a position where we can send our kids to college without being stressed out, or pay for medical bills, or whatever it is, or being able to buy a home when we maybe don't make enough money on our jobs. But we want to show you how to free yourself of financial burden just because you're going to help some other people. And then we want to talk about time freedom, being able to do the things you want to do, when you want to do them, how you want to do them. Okay. So I want you to know that LifeWave is a global business. It's all over the world, because we're now in over 75 countries, you guys, because it is the spreading like wildfire. Everybody is telling everybody, you know, think about somebody that that's in the military. They probably know people in Germany, Spain, you know, Italy, all kinds of places, but some kind of way it's been spread all over the world. We're experiencing what you call exponential growth. For a long time, our company was doing about 20 million a year. And when this X39 came out in 2020, by 2022, it had reached 320 million. Not only that, the team that we're part of, called the This Is It team, contributed to that growth. And in 2023, reached 430 million. And then in 2024, we exceeded 600 million. At this point in 2025, it's expected that we will become a $1 billion company by the end of this year. How is all this growth possible? It's because this is not a Me Too product. This is a product that is, like I said, way ahead of its time. There, you know, there are companies out there that sell all kind of stuff like weight loss, skincare, hair care. You can get those anywhere. You get them at Walmart. You can get them at, you know, the drugstore. But you cannot get the X39 on your grocery shelf, okay, or your drugstore shelf. You will not find it. You have to get it through a representative, like the ones that are like a Gwen, who's just you heard from, or Cynthia. You can get them through our company, but you know, from our company, but through those people. So I'm going to share with you how to benefit from the financial aspect of this, because what's going to probably happen if, like a Daryl, who all of a sudden got rid of all his pain, do you think he kept that to himself? No, everybody around Daryl knew that he was in excruciating pain. Gwen herself said she felt so sorry for him when he got out of the car to come to get the patches from her. She met him at a store nearby, and he came, and she felt sorry for him. So everybody around him knew this man was in pain. So so you're going to get compensated when you share this with people, not just like telling them you're going to get compensated. But we cannot make any promises or guarantees on your income. Your income is going to be depend on your skills and your personal effort, because you can be the best feeling person in the world and may not tell anybody. So therefore you won't make any money. But for those people who apply themselves and do certain things, they're going to make money, and you may need this money. Okay. Now, this form right here that you're looking at, all it does, it just tells us after hearing this information, do you just want to try the product and be a customer, or do you want to also share this with other people and earn money? And then we just need your basic information, like your name, your date of birth, stuff like that. That's what this form is for. And somebody can text it to you or email it to you just so you can see everything, or you can go to that person's website and do it that way. But here's what it looks like if you wanted to be a core. A core is a person who says, you know what, me and my wife really need to be on this. And you know, it only makes sense to get it at the wholesale price. So why don't we just go ahead and get this core product? That's going to cost you $295. You're going to get three of these 30-day supplies. That's enough for both of you. And maybe you have a relative or something that you want to share a couple of samples with them, just so they can experience it itself. That's what the core is for. But for the person who says, you know what, I believe in this, but I know some other people that need it as well, and I really want to have enough so that I could share as many people as I can. And you can, right now, you can only afford the advanced pack, which is $535. That gives you six of these 30-day supplies, one for you and your spouse, and you got 4 sleeves left, and it's 30 patches in a sleeve. So however many people, normally you give about 3 samples to those people. Then the premium pack is a person who knows that they are very, very serious. We just had a chiropractor who just signed up. Guess what? Chiropractors are treating people for pain and discomfort all the time. And I mean, I have chiropractors on my team who turn right around, and when that patient get ready to leave, he says, you know what? I highly recommend you supplement every single thing I just did for you today with this patch, because this is going to solve the problem, all this pain that you're having. Okay. So the premium pack gives you 20 sleeves for $1,750. That's the package that Cynthia got. This is the package that Gwen got. This is the package me and my husband, because we were very serious about helping people and getting to the money, right? So you get 20 sleeves in here. Now you're only paying $87.50 a sleeve versus $99 a sleeve, okay? And then let me tell you something else the premium pack does. It allows you, say for example, you're on this call right now and you're ready to get started. You say, Cynthia, sign me up. But you say, Cynthia, is there a way that you can, Cynthia can say, listen, let's say, let me see who's on this call. Let me see who's on this call right here. Let's say we've got Connie or Didi that's on the call. And one of you say, and so she says, Cynthia say, Connie, because you started with me, I want you to get started on this patch right now. Because Cynthia got the premium pack, she's able to loan Connie a 30-day supply. And you cannot do that if you just have one sleeve. If you got people signing up left and right, like Cynthia is doing, Cynthia has a big vision. And so she's able to loan these to people while their package is on its way, okay? Because it may take 3 to 5 days before yours come. But I know if you felt like me, you wanted to have yours right away. I had people line up to buy these. By the time my package came, I had 3 or 4 people. I ran all over Atlanta, loaning these out. Okay, so here's something else that's significant about the premium pack. In addition to saving money, and also in addition to being able to loan them to potential business partners, you're going to stay active. See, this is a business, right? In order to earn money, some kind of activity needs to take place every month. In order for you to earn money, you must purchase at least one sleeve. $89, I mean, not say $89 sleeve, but one sleeve, $99 a sleeve, right? And that's going to allow you to keep your points, because you're going to get points every time somebody purchases one of these here packages, right? You're going to keep points. That allows you to earn money up to $100 a week. Not a lot of money, but this is why I highly recommend you do 2 sleeves a month, which is about $200. We're not trying to make this come out of your pocket. We're trying to show you where there's already money coming in your pocket, so you're not really spending any money. You're going to keep all your points, but now you're going to get a chance to max out the comp plan. See, now this here package, the premium package, allows you to stay active for 90 days. So you don't even have to order anything for 90 days. So there's several benefits that you're going to experience with the premium pack. Now, if a person, here's the way you're going to get paid. If a person says, listen, I love what I'm hearing, can I just try a 30-day supply? If they do that, they want to be a retail customer, they're going to pay $150, and you're going to go to your website, sign them up, and you're going to make $50. Okay. That's if they just want to be a retail customer. However, Cynthia may have a promotion going on right now simply because she is getting started. So she wants to let you all have a little bit of a discount. But then if you understand that you need to be on this patch, not just 1 month, you need it for at least 6 months, give yourself a chance, then you might want to be a preferred customer, because that's going to allow you to get it at $99.95. That's the wholesale price, same that we pay for it. Now, when a preferred customer gets signed up, you'll make $20 every month, every time that order is shipped to them, okay? Now, keep in mind, you also get points every time all this happens. Now, if a person gets the core pack, you're going to make $35 and 180 points. If they get the advanced pack, remember that's the 6 sleeves, you're going to earn $75 and 300 points. But if you get the premium pack, if someone gets a premium pack, you're going to earn $405 and you're going to earn 745 points. You're going to understand in a moment what the points mean, okay? Now, with the 1 sleeve, remember I talked about if you just order 1 sleeve, you can only make $100 per week because you're not at a rank yet. But also remember, I talked about, Gwen talked about how she hit manager in 4 days. As a manager, you can earn up to $1,500 a week. Okay, that's a lot of money in 1 week for somebody to just enroll 4 people. But guess what? If you, as you continue to grow, you're gonna, you know, hit these different ranks. And now, you know, like my husband and I are senior presidential directors. You can earn up to 25,000 a week just in the binary. The binary that I'm going to explain to you in a moment what the binary means. You can earn up to 25,000 a week, but you got to follow this system. So here you go. Let's say this is you. You just got started, Connie. And you said, oh my God, I just heard this awesome information. You go out and maybe tell your mom about it, your sister about it. And they say, well, how can I get some? They just say they want to get one of those packages. As soon as you have 4 people that get one of those packages from you, you get to be a manager. And now you position yourself where you can get all the way up to 25,000 a week in the binary. But you got to get those 4 first, and you must be the advanced pack yourself. So you either need to be the advanced pack or you need to have 300 points. Remember, the advanced pack gives you 300 points, but the core pack, which is the one that costs $295, that is going to give you 180 points. So some kind of way we got to get you to 300 points. The quickest way is the advanced pack. So when you get 4 people, any of these package, you'll become a manager. Now, why do we want you to be a manager in addition to the money? Do you realize there is another way we get paid called our matching bonuses? This is unlimited income potential, you guys. This part right here is crazy because let's just say, Connie, you enroll me in the business and I go out this week and earn $1,000. By the way, let me break that binary down just one more time. Say this is you, Connie, and you brought these 4 people in. But let's say that Cynthia enrolled you. Cynthia goes and enrolls another person. That person has to fall all the way to the bottom of this tree under the people that you enroll. Enrolls another person and you know, that person, if you're on her left side, they have to go below that person. In other words, people above you, not just Cynthia, but somebody above her, when they bring people in, they fall below you. In other words, you're going to get paid every single week on people you don't even know. You had nothing to do with these people signing up, but yet you get paid on them. You see that? Do you see how powerful the binary is now? So now, if I go out, you enroll me, Cynthia, I go out and make $1,000 this week in the binary, you're going to earn 25% of what I earn. That's $250 that you didn't even do anything. You just share, you got me signed up. And every week from now on, every time I make some money, you're going to get 25%. More than likely, you're not going to just share this with me. You're going to share this with, you have to have shared it with 4 people because you're a manager. So you can enroll 100 people if you want to. And every time those people earn money, you get 25%. But what about the people that I enroll? They fall on your second level, Connie. You get 20% of what they earn in the binary. There's probably going to be hundreds of people on your second level. And on your third level, those people on the second level enroll these people. You surely don't know these people. You're getting 20% when they earn money as well. So you can see there's a lot of money to be talked about. Don't get bogged down on trying to figure all this out. Just follow what we share with you to do. And the first thing we got to do is get you in the system because that binary is moving. Cynthia is not playing. And the people are going to start signing up that if you're here, you're going to benefit from all the volume that she generates on her left side. So do you see timing and positioning are very important. ThisIsItTeam.com is the name of our team. This Is It Team is the name of our team. If you go to this website, you can get more detailed, thorough information about the compensation plan. But as I said, don't get bogged down on that. Just get busy and we're going to guide you along the way. We have these little postcards that you can put inside of this envelope and put these patches in it. When you give it to somebody, it explains the benefits, explains how it works. It also directs them to this website, thisisinfo.com, where you get more information, shows you where to place it. It's very informative. And so we have tools like that, okay? We do these team calls several times a week. And we'll give that information to you, but always, every day, you should be able to get on a call like tomorrow night. There's a 10 o'clock call. Let me see, there's an 8 o'clock and a 10 o'clock call rather on Monday night that you can get on. And then Tuesday night, there's, it depends on your time zone as well. Tuesday night, there's a couple of calls on Tuesday night. Wednesday night, there's a couple calls. So always know that you can get information. But you guys, listen, the time is now to make your move. If you're serious about your dreams, I would tell you that my husband and I, we're both six-figure income earners prior to this business right here. We were really not looking for anything, but even though we were six-figure income earners, there were things that we never thought we could do. You know what I mean? Like last year, for example, we spent over $300,000 just renovating our house and doing things that we never would have been able to do. Just because you make good money don't mean you have the money to do certain things. So we were able to do all of this because of Lifeway. We didn't even touch our own personal money. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just trying to inspire you that this works. This patch works. And now we've got over 7,000 people on our team. Every single time those people place orders, like I showed you in the binary, we get paid. All of us get paid. And this is why it is changing lives. This is why we want you to get it. Don't hesitate because this is working. We are the fastest growing company of its kind in the world. For the last 2 years in a row, we've got that award, the Bravo Award. And we've got our momentum is so strong. So listen, I want to do this really quickly. I'm going to make sure, let me see how I'm going to do this. I don't know if I can unmute certain people or not, but I've called on Connie several times. Connie, I'm asking you to unmute. Are you able to unmute yourself, Connie?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi, Connie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I think Cynthia's unmuted as well. And what we're going to do is we want to make sure that everybody, all the guests that got invited to the call, get a phone call from Cynthia just to find out, based on what you heard on the call, whether you are more interested in the product or whether you see the product and the opportunity to share with other people or if you just want to try it one time. But if she were to reach out to you just to find out the answer to that, would it be better for her to get back to you right after this call or sometime tomorrow?
She could call me tomorrow, not today.
Is there a certain time frame?
In the afternoon,
Okay.
after 12, yeah.
Okay. All right. She
Okay.
tried to reach you, so just expect a call from her. Okay. Thank you for joining the call.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right. I'm gonna
Thanks,
ask
Auntie.
You're welcome, Cynthia.
So Didi, I've asked Didi to unmute as well. Is she one of your friends that jumped on the call?
She's a friend and she lives near you.
What?
She's right there in the Atlanta or the outskirts of Atlanta, I should say.
Okay. Hi, Didi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Ray, did you enjoy the call?
I did. I enjoyed it very much.
Great. Well, listen, we don't want to take up too much of your time. So if Cynthia was to get back to you just to get some feedback from you, what would be better this evening or tomorrow sometime?
Probably tomorrow evening is better.
Okay. So that's
Tomorrow
good
evening?
for tomorrow as well.
Okay.
Great. Thank you so much, Didi.
Okay.
Let me see.
Thank
There's
you.
somebody on
Thank you.
somebody on an iPad. I'm asking them to unmute. I don't know if they can or not, but they're on an iPad. And if they
I'm
don't,
not sure if that's could be
Okay.
my auntie or my uncle.
okay. And then I got somebody on the iPhone. See, they don't have their name on it, but they're on the iPhone, and I've clicked on ask them to unmute.
Can you guys unmute your iPhone or your
I see the
iPad?
person on the iPad did unmute themselves.
Oh, they did.
Who is
Okay.
that?
Walter and Terry.
Okay, Walter and Terry, how are you all this evening?
Pretty good.
Great. Did you enjoy the Zoom?
It was interesting.
Good, isn't it though? Well, listen, if Cynthia were to follow up with you, would it be better tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay, Walter and what? Walter and
Terry.
And Terry. That's my
Terry.
uncle and auntie.
Oh, you got all the relatives on the night. Okay, good. So good to talk to you, Didi. I mean,
Terry.
Walter and Terry.
Terry. Okay, so I already talked to Didi.
Tomorrow
Okay.
afternoon, or is that better, or in the morning, or what time is good?
Midday should be pretty good.
So around
Okay.
12:01. Okay, sounds good. And then the person on the iPhone never did come back, but what about Vernice Brantley? Is she one of your guests?
That's my mom. Yes. I
Okay,
wanted her to hear
I've
it.
asked her to unmute, but I don't know if she knows how to unmute.
If my sister left, it's a possibility that she does not.
Okay. Well, you know how to reach your mom and and so the person on the
Yes, I do.
iPhone never did unmute themselves. I did click on ask. I don't know who that was. But anyway, thank all of you for getting on the Zoom tonight and expect a call from Cynthia. I know you're so proud of her that she caught the vision because this is going to change your whole family's life. You trust me. You have no idea what's about to happen. So we thank you all so much for joining the call. Cynthia, get back with your mom, get back with the iPhone person. I don't know who that is. And you all have a blessed evening. And this call was recorded, Cynthia, so I'm going to get it to you, okay?
Okay, very good. And thank you, everyone. I appreciate you.
Welcome.
Good evening. Take care. Bye-bye.
All righty. Bye-bye.